Hello everybody, this is Steve from Old Boy Moto. G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. Something a little bit different today. It's raining outside. Just being sarcastic again. It's that season. It's that type of year this year. Just won't stop raining up here in northeast Victoria. For many years we whinged about not having enough rain, so it's not the case this year. It's probably done the world good, except for motorcycle riding. It's put a damper on things. But anyway, the reason for doing a video today is there's not much to do outside, and I thought just for interest's sake we'll do a bit of a video on another old classic bike I own, which isn't that old, but it's a 1993 Triumph Trident, and I actually bought this bike sight unseen from Queensland from a guy called Phil, and I don't know how long he had it for, but I just sort of went to the phone and went over it with him, and I got what I paid for it. It's a pretty good bike. It's got about 95,000 Ks on it at the moment. But what happened to it was, for some reason, it overheated and blew a head gasket. And I'm thinking that it might have been a crook water pump, or it was low on coolant, or it leaked and he wasn't aware of it. Anyway, the long and short of it is that he rebuilt the top end of the bike, and so there's new pistons in it. It was all done professionally. It's all good. So I've had it now for a few years, and it's been a fantastic bike. I've got it on a club permit. I did reupholster the seat. A friend of mine who lives in Shepparton did a fantastic job with the diamond, and the diamond thread in the stitching looks really nice. One thing about these new generation Triumphs was that when they started off in the new factory, the paint wasn't as good as it should have been. They suffered from thin paint, and I'm thinking that's probably the case with this one. I'm just looking at the few little chips there. It does look very thin, so I was thinking of doing a repair on the tank and just touching it up and going over it with a few layers of clear, and putting a bit more clear on the panels that are good. There's no chips on anything else. It's in quite good condition actually for its age. So this is a 1993 Triumph Trident 900, and basically they were when they started out, they all went to those motors there. It's a 900 triple, and yeah, the first model rolled off the production line in 1991 at the new factory. And when you look at the bike itself, you can see the Japanese influence. I mean, the motor itself, you know, it's just apart from the cam chain cover on the other side, it's a spitting image just about of the Kawasaki engines of the era. One thing I was told about these engines, they were absolutely over-spec. They were built bulletproof. I think this was part of Triumph's comeback. They wanted to prove they were as good as anything else out there. And there was also a 4-cylinder version which went into the trophies. It was a 1200. And they did quickly gain a reputation of being very robust engines, apart from one thing, which was a poorly designed starter engaging unit. That, you know, if you had a flat battery or something like that and you tried to start it, if the engine kicked back, it would wreck the sprag clutch and basically drop into the engine, and you'd have to literally, you know, pull the engine out of the bike and split the engine to do a repair. Yeah, so not much fun at all. With this one here, you can actually get into the engine through the top. There's a top case, a cover, to access that, but with some of them, the other engines, like in the Thunderbird and stuff like that, there was no way of getting into them. And also put a new tyre on the back, and that's when I found the problem where there's a buckle in the rim. Now, you know, the bloke that put the tyre on, from a reputable local dealership, never said a word about it. Now, I don't know how you go about fitting a tyre and balancing it and doing all that without spotting a buckle in a wheel. I was very disappointed with that, and you know, I'm not saying that the person that fitted it actually put the buckle in it, but if it was there, I'm just so surprised that it wasn't spotted. As you'll see in the video, it's quite a significant buckle. It hasn't made any difference to the ride or the balance of the bike, but you can see the buckle in the rim. Yeah, look, it's a good bike to ride. A little bit top heavy these guys were, especially with a full tank of fuel. But plenty of power, and they're pretty smooth. Brakes are quite good. Dual piston calipers on each side and dual piston caliper on the rear. Quite good, handled pretty well, apart from it being top heavy. And it's got a good top speed, and all that sort of thing. And becoming very collectible. I paid quite a reasonable price for this bike, and it's probably doubled in price in a couple of years, which is surprising. So yeah, I really don't know much more about them. I suppose there is more history about them, but I just enjoy having it. It's a good club bike. It's on a classic permit with Vic roads, and quite enjoy getting it out and about when I have time. So yeah, so I was very lucky to have found another tyre on. It was on eBay actually. Sorry, not another tyre, another rim on eBay in the UK, and I bought it. It cost me $300 to get it over here, but when this tyre wears out, you can actually see just there how the buckle, see how it's straight? Oh, you mightn't be able, yeah, you can actually see that it's lost the curve in it. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, I've got another wheel. When that tyre wears out, I'll put the new rim on. See, so it's in really good nick too, but the rims when I bought this bike never had a mark on them. Not a mark, which means the tyres have been changed properly. And also one feature about this bike, I do have the original exhausts, but I'm hoping there's enough light for you to see those triple exhausts. They're actually handmade, and such a beautiful job too, whoever made them. I would say that exhaust pipe would have cost quite a bit of money to make, including the muffler. I've actually added a baffle in that muffler, because the bike was way too loud for my liking. So I've put a baffle inside, which I also ordered on eBay. They're readily available. And I wrapped the muffler as well with, you know, the muffler wrapping, and that quietened it down, went through a roadworthy no problem, and there's just enough burble there just to know that you're coming, and it's quite good. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. If we get a nice day, if this rain ever goes away, I might bang the helmet on and the camera and go for a ride with it, and you can listen to it on the road. Just thought I'd show you this, guys, just before I knock off. So this is just a Haynes Triumph repair manual, and it's got the models here. So you had the Triumph 1200 Trophy. There was another different style looking trophy from 96 onwards. There was a 1200 Daytona. They're fairly collectible. There's my bike. Then there was one called the Sprint. They look pretty nice with the fairing on them. I've got a mate who's got one of those. I've got a mate who's got a Speed Triple as well. And this is the Daytona Super 3. That'd be fairly collectible if you get your hands on one of them. And the Tiger, which was a semi-off-road type adventure bike, one of the early ones, shared that engine. And also the Thunderbird, which I've got one of those as well, which I'll do a separate video on one day. And along the lines of the Thunderbird, you've got the Adventurer and a Legend. I think that was it. Yeah, so there was quite a few bikes along those lines when those new Triumphs came out. 91 to 04. There you go. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember to like and subscribe if you can. We'll catch you later. Bye for now.